St. Patrick's Day it is. I look it off down through yonder. I was thinking it looked better with a white wall on it. Probably should get that done. Old stock. Tenners, rivets and generals. Some rivet sets there. Well worn on the hammer end, but good on the rivet set end. We'll get them on the shelf over there just in case we ever do any tin work. We got some rivets laid by now. What you gonna work on today? Man, I take that centerpiece out of that fender there, get her back down to normal size. And there's that gas tank. It's on the list to be installed. Just saying. Yeah, I could be putting that right there together too. You know, it's on the list. Work order for it. Some real good parts being used on this engine. Should be a little better than most. Now, keeping a tally on the cost, you know, a new head gasket is done laid in. That's a new drip oiler up there on that new piping system right there. And I was thinking, if you ever work behind me, take something apart I've worked on, most of the time you'll find a brass fitting, 1/4 inch pipe thread, male on one end, female on the other end. And different brands of those fittings comes in different lengths. I try to install one of those down in the water hopper into the cylinder sleeve itself. Most of the time I use that hard setting Permatex sealer on that, because that's one of the, you don't want it to come loose. And then I take the appropriate length 1/4 inch pipe with the hard setting Permatex and screw down into the top of that fitting. To me, in past experience, cylinder sleeve liners observation, like a lot of them, and it's not unusual to find one with a cracked or thread pulled out of that boss on top of the wet sleeve liner. And I think putting that brass fitting in there kind of protects that. And it also gives you that 1/2 inch length on a regular 1/4 inch pipe, where you don't have to get no like 1/4 inch instrument to get it the right height up there, as to try to copy the factory original. So that's something to do. Could be working on this today, but I should. And keeping a tally note up to now, we've done put a gas tank in this thing right here, you know, and then bolts and stuff to hold it up there, the complete piping system, brass adapters there, O-ring, drip oiler pipe, several other parts has been laid in, which we'll make a count. But, you know, keep a running tally on the parts that I've already put on this thing, replaced the parts it was missing, or too bad to use, or have been repaired in the past and repaired with a good part. Leave it in the comments down there. Subscribe if you want to. And there's that John Deere Type E 1.5 horsepower. Got that up there at Tri-State at Portland, Indiana last year. Really cheap. And the engine condition warrants a cheap price. I've not turned the boat on it. I don't think I have turned the flywheels a full revolution. It is what it is. So we're going to break her down now, take her apart piece by piece, and look at it and see what we've got. We're going to evaluate it, and then we'll go on with that. But noting on the get-go right here first, this flywheel over here on the crank handle side's got a crack in it down there where the hole is to bolt onto your pulley. Got a crack down there. Pulley's pretty, the flywheel, like I say, I've not turned it over. I don't know if it wobbles or not, but it's got a crack in it. So I'm probably not going to use that flywheel. But also got laid in over at their magnet from Dr. David Cave handed me that magnet up there in Portland, and I done brought it home and I had it over there on the sideboard. It's one of them souped up Magneto magnets for these John Deere Type E's right there. And I'm going to rebuild that Magneto. And again, it's going to cost, Lord, it's going to cost. Thinking that the part that I have turned the rotation of the flywheels enough to see that the shaft in the Magneto don't turn on this end and it's turning on the other end. So that means that Magneto's seized up, you know what I mean? It's done already twisted off and everything. I think that one of them ends costs like $45, I'm just saying, that's one of them parts, it's really hard to make that part. That you can do it, but anyways, that's the engine that I laid in for to put that super magnet on there. And because I don't like to use a crank on a flywheel. I just like to turn the flywheels myself, and that'll be the goal with this engine. As it should start when you call on it, like a hand crank. And also to rebuild that flathead right there, it's on the list. It's on the list to get that flathead. That's a Mercury right there. It's got them Mercury heads and all on it, supposed to have that crank in there from a Mercury. So, the intention is to rebuild to better condition. What they would call in old time specs, I think they'd say that's a 3/4 race motor. I'd like to be able to refer to that as a 3/4 race. I don't have the parts, you know what I mean? They're costly. Man, they high priced. But, that's what I got to work with. Just saying. St. Patrick's Day it is. Just saying. Shop dogs and I'm here in Middle Tennessee, Geographical Center or something. Hey, y'all leave a comment now. I'm going to get a white wall and put on that old truck.